I tried to turn the screen, and it doesn't turn. So I don't know what's happening with that. Let me have a look here. Try to turn that. Orientation. Where's orientation? Where is orientation? Green screen. Lighting. Nothing on that about orientation. Hide live video. No. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this, guys. I'm trying to get the screen so it goes horizontal. But it's not horizontal. I don't understand that. Don't understand. Anyway, this is the first live I've done for a long time. And there's someone in here now already. I'll show you my view, look. This is what I'm looking at now in my garden. It's quite nice, isn't it? Oh. So that's what I wake up to every morning, and I did make a coffee. Obviously I haven't brought it out here. I haven't brought it out. So people, good morning. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Jim, brother. First live I've done for a long time. Normally, because there's screaming pigs out here, not where they're being killed. Picture is good. Excellent. I tried to get it horizontal, but for some reason, it didn't want to know. It didn't want to know. It was horizontal, but it was, I don't know. On my computer, it works very well, but on here, not so much. Not so much indeed. So my wife and my son is on the bed on their cell phones because they know I'm here. But that does not mean to say that they will not be here in a minute. In a minute. And when there's a few more people in here, I'm going to tell what I haven't told anyone yet on YouTube. It doesn't matter how many people are here, but my wife is pregnant again, so we are going to have another child. What happened? What happened? What happened? Ha ha ha! But you know, it is what it is, and my wife wanted 2 children. You know, Kaylin is 4 now. Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Stephen. Good morning. I never commented, but I watch your videos practically every day before work. I love your positivity. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much indeed, and congratulations to me. Yes, because my wife is pregnant. I don't know what I've let myself in for. I don't know what I've let myself in for. But talking seriously about it, you know, when I first came here to the Philippines, and I've been married before, I've been divorced, I've got 2 adult sons in the UK. Thank you. Kitty, the peppering cat. Is that Kitty from the UK? I don't know. Is that Kitty from the UK? Hello from New York. Kids keep you young. My 4-year-old is hyperactive. Like, I think he's aged me 10 years. I think he has, really. Honestly. But yeah, we just keep you young in a way. No. CDN. CDN. Where's that? CD. Do you mean CDO? Kagayan. Good morning, Stephen, and your wife and little boy. Yeah. I was just on your live earlier on there, Anne. I was, and I thought, Anne's given me a little bit of inspiration to do it live this morning, because I never do lives. I never do lives. Congratulations, yes. Congratulations. God. You know, there's 2 things I said when I come to the Philippines. One was I'd never get married, and the other one was, out of the question, was having any more children. But circumstance changed. Well, my circumstances certainly changed. And here I am, married, with a child, and a one on the way. God, I don't know what I've let myself in for. But I'm happy. I'm happy. And because we got a boy, everyone says, oh, it's a girl, it's a girl. Now, I don't mind. The origin, good point. The origin of these tattoos on my arm is the history of England, believe it or not. And it's all to do with the pirates, because pirates was a big thing in the UK. It still is. It still is. You know, you get the tobacco runners running to Belgium and bringing back duty-free tobacco and drink. But this was nothing to do with duty-free. Yes, we should do that. We should do that. And, you know, we've got to... I'll just stop that there. I'll just talk to Anne before she disappears. We've got to do like a, you know, like a live interview together. You know, we keep talking about it, but we haven't done it. But, you know, we must do that. We can chat and we can arrange a time. But anyway, getting back to these... yes, thank you very much, Barbara. Yes, my family is very beautiful. Very trying sometimes, very trying. But getting back to these tattoos, it's the history of England, like the pirates, you know, I don't even say, but it's all to do with pirates. Can you see? Oh, it's the guns and the smuggling of the booty and the you know, the old Armada ships, the old pirate ships. So it's kind of personal to me because I love history. Yes, I will let you know. And well, we haven't been to the you know, to the gynae yet, but my wife reckons it's about 8 weeks, I think, maybe maximum 8 weeks, maximum. So next month, where are we at now? November. Maybe the end of this month or the beginning of December, we will go and we'll go to the gynae and have a scan. I won't, but I will be present, and we'll see what's happening. God, you know, just let I will, yeah. Said hi, Michael. Hi. So we've got to. I'm saying we've got to. When this baby's born, my son will be in school. Okay, so it's, and my son likes being with me anyway. Hello, fella. Fishing. I love fishing. Fishing therapy. It's my therapy. And I said to my wife, now that this baby is coming, I'm going to do as much as I can in this time, this 7 months or so before the baby's born, as I can, because I know when this baby's born, my time will be eaten up even more. One of my neighbours here in Australia just returned from the Philippines after a month away. Was sick as a dog, over there, and mentioned no women or amount of snatch is worth much discomfort. Ah, yeah. Well, it's I've had a few misdemeanors here with dodgy stuff as well, but touch wood, I am touching wood lately. I haven't, because I'm more cautious now about where I eat and what I drink. Normally, if anything comes out of a bottle, this is what my understanding of water or any liquid, it's normally okay. But these big, what are they, 5 gallon, 10 gallon things or whatever they are, these water things, I don't drink out of them either. Do people still want to watch the Pac-Man fight again? No more fishing. I will be fishing. I will be fishing. What happened, Steve? Watch from Northern out of power. Working with dodgy globe data. I know dodgy globe data. I know about that. Getting back to the Pac-Man fight. I'm a big Pac-Man fan. Always have been. But I think there comes a time when an exhibition fight, to me, is not like it used to. You know, it's not like it's like a real fight. If you know, it's a real fight, yes, but there's no titles on the line or anything like that. And he's getting old now, isn't he? In fact, he is. He's not old in relation to age, but he's old for fighting. So, no, I wouldn't like to see him fight again. And I hear about all of this hype now about him fighting Floyd Mayweather. Well, that's going to be the same as the first time round. You know, Floyd's going to dance around and avoid. So no, to be honest with you, as much as I love Pac-Man and I love watching his old fights, I wouldn't like to see him fight again. If he fights again, I will watch it, obviously. But I think the excitement is not like it was, because when someone gets old and they go into the ring, like perfect example of this was with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Now Mike Tyson would have destroyed him, but beautiful. Breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner. I feel the same about Iron Mike. Yeah, Iron Mike. I watched that fight, and I knew I shouldn't have watched it, but I did. I paid for the pay-per-view and I watched it, and I nearly cried. Watching Mike Tyson, I nearly cried. I did, honestly, because I thought, my goodness. And many people think it was rigged and fake, and I've got my suspicions, but his promoter and trainer said it wasn't, but it was just a terrible thing that shouldn't have happened. Is Mike wanting the money? Probably, because he got ripped off by that guy. What's his name? Can't remember his name, with the funny hair. Can't remember his name, but he ripped him off for millions. What is for breakfast? Good question. I'm going to have brown bread, or as you call it, what do you call it here? Oh God. Wheat bread, toasted with cream cheese. Don King, that's his name. Hate the man, Don King. The biggest criminal in boxing history, I think. I'm going to have some toasted brown bread with cream cheese on the top with some jam. Now, you might think that weird, but I like that. I have got Marmite, which one of my British friends sent me. What did you have? I had my... I saw you eating that. 10 peso breakfast. Nothing wrong with a 10 peso breakfast. The way I'm going with 2 children, I think I'll be on 5 peso breakfast. I'm not joking. Ooh, because my son will be going to private school next year. He goes, there's a school here called Ayu Mia Lanos del Norte. That's where my... Do you know, I don't know if I am. Anne, are we near Lano del... Well, it's gone. Oh, Lano del Norte. I don't know. We in Zamboanga del Norte, so it can't be that far away because it's still on the del Norte part. Yes, Cassie, I like jam and cheese sandwiches. Do you know what I do? I do. But finding cheese here, the cheese that we have back in the West, is, for me, here, I've never seen it. Maybe Anne might know where to get it because, she works in the place where they sell these things, I think. But I've never seen real solid cheese here, like the cheddar or Cheshire or Edam, and etc. Near Illigan. I know where Illigan is, but no, it's not that far away, but it's... Oh, good morning, you lovely, lovely man. Good morning, you lovely, lovely people. You lovely, lovely people. We are lovely people, aren't we? We are lovely people. It takes everything in life. If you're not a lovely, lovely person, then you're probably still a lovely, lovely person to yourself, but to other people. So we're all lovely people in one way or another. Even my son, and he's a little tourah. My son is a tourah. He's like a gangster, and he's only 4. Dear me. My little Jackie's come out. Love your life. Reminds me of a good friend of mine. Well, life here, how do I show you around? I'll show you. Everyone's seen my garden, but how do I turn that round? Because I don't do lives very much. I don't know how it operates. So this is what I see every morning, which is my garden, But how can you not like that? How can you not wake up and not sit on this dining table where I am with a cup of coffee before my son gets up and my wife? So I'm normally up at about 5:30, 5:45, and I sit here and I have 2 cups of coffee, and I don't contemplate anything. I just sit here daydreaming, because I can't contemplate because of the chickens and the pigs, because they just distract my thinking. But people say you get used to it. Nice to be away from the royal family. Do I comment on that? Do I say anything on that? I don't know. I will be honest here. That's so beautiful. It is nice here. It really is. Get the Eden sliced white cheese sticks. Slices, the fake stuff. But as close to American cheese, like I will try and get. I seen that actually when I was in Savermore on Sunday doing our grocery shopping, and I thought about. In fact, I even picked it up, and I thought, "Is this?" And I thought, "No, I'll put it back." But now you've recommended that, I will be. I will buy it. I will try. Ballot. Yeah, I did. I did try it, and I know Anne likes this. I know because she's Filipina. I tried it. I had a few drinks, and this was going back years ago when I first came here. I think I've been here less than a year. And I was on the boulevard in Dipolog, had a few drinks, because then that was before COVID-19. And there used to be a couple of good bars on the boulevard, which Anne will know this. There was the Big Boss, and there was another one, I can't remember what it was called. And I used to go in there quite regular, listening to the live bands. So coming out of there, pissed, with friends, they went for the ballot, and they said, "Try it." Yeah, I'll try it. Of course I will. I was drunk when I been drinking San Miguel and Red Horse and such things. Tried it. I vomited. It was like projectile vomit, and it wasn't because of the taste as such. It's because when I swallowed or put it in my mouth, I got a whiff of it, a smell, and that was it. I couldn't eat eggs. I couldn't eat chicken or duck or anything for about a good 4 months after that. I couldn't eat anything to do with poultry. Couldn't. Even thinking about it now makes me a little bit. It's bringing back bad memories. I hate it. Evening from Kentucky. Good evening. Good evening. What time is it now there? It must be. Is it 12 hours behind here? I don't know. Must be around about that time. The 16 days ballot is tolerable with enough vinegar. Yes, I didn't put anything in mine. I went straight. I was raw. I went straight in, no messing about, and just cracked it without any vinegar or chili or nothing. I went straight in at the deep end, and it comes straight out much faster than I took it in. I don't like my head with feathers. I don't either, or with feet or with beak. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither. 11 hours behind. 11 hours. It's from Scotland. Do you know what? I love Scotland. I do. I like. Should I say this? I like Scotland better than England, and I'm British. I used to have some good times in Scotland. Have some good times. Edinburgh. We used to go in Edinburgh, and what was this place called? Just outside of Glasgow. Well, because one of my best friends is Scottish. What was the place called? I can't remember. This was when I was just about 20, 22, 23. We used to go up there. And this was the time when Scotland had the opening hours before England did, and they would open all day on a Sunday. I had some good times in Scotland. Philippines for the first time in January. Enjoy. I'm sure you will. Hello, you lovely, lovely people. Yes, we are lovely people. Hello, you lovely people, for joining me on here. It's the first live I've done for, I don't know, maybe when? It might be a year or something like that. But I want to start doing them because 7:09 in Kentucky. What time is it here? I can't see. Where was the time on here? I can't find the time on my phone, so I don't know what time it is. I know it's morning. Good morning from the UK. That must be early in the UK. Like, or late, whichever way you want to look at it. What's that? 1 o'clock in the morning or something? You can get how many here? What is salt and cayenne pepper? Yeah, yummy for my tummy. Yeah. Have I been to Aberdeen? No, I didn't. I didn't go to Aberdeen, and that's meant to be a lovely place, isn't it? No, I didn't. To be honest, we used to go to Scotland for drinking. We used to go there for drinking. What was Rob? What was his? I can't remember. But there was me, and the Jinx, Rob and Willie. And Rob and Willie were brothers, Scottish, obviously. And God, they could drink. They could drink anything, them people, and just continue. I like a drink, But you know, when I've had enough, I just disappear. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I could be in my house having a party here. When I've had enough, and it's not like a gradual thing where I think like I've had enough, and it built. It's just, it happens like that. So I can be there 1 minute drinking, and all of a sudden that's it. I've had enough, and I just go home, or I just go to bed here if I'm at home. I'm one of them drinkers. I just disappear. I don't hang around and like this, and make a fool of myself. I just disappear. I go home, and I always get home, because if I didn't, I'd be big trouble. So I always get home. Not that I go out much these days. It's approaching. I know. What about this super typhoon? What's happening with this? Is it? I think it's coming from Guam, I believe, and it's heading kind of northwest. And I think it's going to be copping Luzon. I believe. I don't know, but typhoons can change direction at any time. Stephen, I always look at all your videos and have my coffee. I like how you give your opinion. Yeah, I'm Florida. Oh yeah, Florida. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to get my coffee. I did make it before I did this, but I didn't bring it out. 1 sec. See, look, I've even got like a puff to cup, look. It holds the same, it tastes the same in any cup. Yes, the one might hit. Yeah, I saw that. My Filipino wives hope you have a girl. I think my wife would like a girl. And everyone keeps saying, oh, it's a girl, it's a girl. No one knows what it is. But you know what? People say to me, which one, a boy or a girl? And I will be honest. Ting! Welcome to the special. Yeah, hello, my dear friend. Hello. People say to me, and I think I'm selfish, because I don't mind boy or girl as long as it's healthy. But if someone said to me, what do you want? I would say a boy. And the reason I say that, Central Luzon, is because girls are lovely and beautiful till they get to that age. And that age is when they want to go and look for boys. And I know what kind of a father I am with that. Because I know what boys are like. My goodness, I was the same, when I was younger. I was the same. The way that I feel. I just, hi, Michael. Said hi. Yeah. I just, yeah. But, and with a boy, you can do more with it. As a man. Go fishing. Play with the toys. I can't see myself playing with dolls. And playing with doll houses. But, it is what it is. I would love that, either equally, boy or girl. But my wife would love a girl. But this is it, definitely final. And the reason we had this second child, it wasn't a mistake. My wife was, she wanted to, and I was saying, hello, Stephen from Central US, Central WA. What's that? What is? Excuse my ignorance, John. Excuse my ignorance. But I was adamant of no. You find that the schools in the Philippines leave much to be. Yeah, I do. I will be honest. I do, and I'll talk about that in a minute. I kept saying no. My wife says, well, and then I thought, hold on, it's me being selfish. It's me saying no because of my age. Okay, because I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not an old age pensioner either. And I thought about it, and I thought, Stephen, why do you keep denying? One more. So that's why we did it. We tried for another one, and here it is. I've still got it. It never left me, people. I've still got it. It never left me. To Mumson and you, Stephen. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you. My 6-year-old son started practice. Yeah. Now. 70. Ah, yeah. I think you are the same age as me. I'm not going to ask how old you are in case I'm older. or, you know. But the schools here. Now, because I'm not in Dipolog, I'm outside of Dipolog. I'm in a place called Pinion. And they have got a few schools here. But from what I've seen, from what I've observed, and you can observe the you know, the goodness of the school by the students, you know, when you see the students. But from what I've seen, it hasn't impressed me at all. So there is a private school here, and it's called Franklin. So my son will start there next year. I don't know what we did go in there and we got a price for the fees, but I can't remember what they were. But my first initial reaction was, God, that's expensive. So it must be quite expensive. But as we all know in the Philippines, education is very important. So I've got to listen. You know, you can't force your children to be academic. You know, you really can't. You can only point them in the right direction. I will do my very, very best to you know, to try and give my child a very good education. I'll try my very best, and to do that, he's got to enjoy school. He's got to enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy doing something, then you aren't going to do it well. And apparently in this Franklin school, they've got all of activities going on. They have all projects and things like that. And he's looking forward to going. And we keep saying, oh, you're going to school next year, son. You're going to school. But yeah, I wouldn't, the schools here in Pinion is, even sometimes the teachers don't turn up. Because you see the students walking on, I said, you know, my wife will say, no school today. Yeah, there's school, but the teacher didn't turn up. So that goes to show it all, doesn't it? Where we are? You want to give your children? Yes, it's true. I do want to give my, you know, my children the best opportunity. You know, you can point them in the right direction. You can't make them do anything. It's like the saying is, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. But I think the most important thing is trying to get him to enjoy it. Because when I went to school, I hated it. And many of you people, I would imagine, the same, because the teachers back then were very strict. They were kind of regimental, and they would think like nothing of you, getting a stick and whacking it across you, or the ruler, the back of. So of course it made people like me hate school. Fortunately, I don't think that happens anymore. You're right. See what for me? Why do I get that? Oh, I can scroll back. I can see I can go back on messages. Turned out to be another son. Yeah, mine might be as well. Mine might be another son, but yeah, we'll find out in a couple of months. Yeah, we'll go for the first scan the end of this week, the end of this month, beginning of next month. I don't think they can tell us then, but the next one after the 4 months, we should be able. Yeah, we'll find out. I went for a second child, wanting a girl. Turned out to be another son. Yeah, I think I would like a son. I would like another one. What's happening here? You're right. See what he's interested. That's right. And get quality books, yeah, and projects on that subject. I totally agree with that. You know, trying to push anyone, child or adult, into something that they don't want to do, but you want them to do it, they're never going to do it well. So I think you've got to let them, you know, materialize their own interest in what they want to do. And it doesn't matter if you like it or not. If they want to do that, then you've got to support that, and you've got to do everything that you possibly can to give them the best chance in that subject in which they are happy doing. I've got to scroll back now. What's going on here? Sorry, people. I've got this gimbal, and I don't know how this works either. It's one of those like axis things. Oh, it's because I haven't got it turned on, so it's just moving around freely. See, I'm not technically minded. Are you going to have your kid go to college in the UK? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I spoke about this with, you know, to my wife, and I said, you know, would you like to go to the UK? And she She's scared of flying. I'm scared of flying as well. But she's petrified of flying. And I don't think what she wants me to do, she wants me to take my son to the UK, just to, to introduce him to his brothers, and just to show him where I come from. But not yet, when he's older, when he can appreciate the journey. But as for moving to the UK, my wife doesn't want to. She wants to stay in the Philippines, which I'm quite happy about. I mean, if she wanted to move back to if she wanted to go up to the UK and I had to go back, then I would. But hesitantly, but I would. But she doesn't want to. So about the college in the UK, I don't know. Oh my! Someone sent me $5. I can't see you. Oh, thank you very much. I've got to get some glasses because I can't. I'm reading this, but I'm struggling to read it, and I'm trying to read everything without me doing that with my eyes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, flick this up here. What's going on? Ah, that's it. Yeah, oh, I've got to do that. Oh, thank you so much. Callie. Is that Callie? Callie, isn't it? Congratulations. Very happy for your family. Me too. Me too. I'm what's happening here? I'm not. That's it. Yeah. I think Ireland's a lovely place as well. How hard is it dating the Philippines for guys in there? I mean, easy, but like I've said in my videos, in many of my videos, because what I try and do, people might think, oh, your videos are a bit down, a bit this, a bit that, but I try and give a real perspective of experiences, not necessarily all of my own experiences, but experiences of people that I know, and experiences of people that my wife knows, and they've had a bad. So I try and give an all-around experience of the Philippines. Now, any age here, you will find it easy dating if you're a foreigner. Any age, but it's getting good. It's like in England, it's good and bad and Callie. You got to get some cheaters. Many. There is many cheaters here, many, because there is no divorce here. And when they realise they're in a bad relationship, the man has an affair or the woman has an affair, but it's actually illegal. And they can make, they can go to the barangay captain and make a case against it, but whether it happens or not often, I don't know. I know it happened to people up here, and he had to move out. The boyfriend had to move out, but it's all been a bit of money. It's all been remedied now. So, I'm based here, half Norwegian, Filipino, right? Well, I worked in South Korea. I worked in a place called I feel so bad. Cheonan. I worked in a place called Cheonan, and yeah, it's okay because it's a very money orientated country, and it's a very competitive country, and making friends in South Korea was very, very difficult for me. I don't care what they say, you're not a bad chap. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, George. I do try. So great. Yeah. Are there roosters in the delivery room? Probably. When my wife gave birth to our first son here at this local hospital in Pinion, and it was a Saturday morning, and up there, and there was dogs. My wife was giving birth in this room here, and there's a dog laid outside of the room. Honestly, because there were dogs everywhere here. I was a friendly dog. Well, it didn't bite me, but I was like, whoa, there's even dogs in the hospitals, in this hospital here. So there's probably roosters as well and chickens. Probably is. I like that. There's chickens in the delivery room. Probably. I lived in John North for 2 years. I went to Daegu, which they call Dafriga because it's always hot there. Obviously, I went to Incheon airport. That's where, and then I went to Jeju, the island of Jeju. Very nice, very expensive, very windy. And I went to Busan. I can't remember the names of the places. It was before COVID, and that's why I stopped working there, because COVID came. But I've had some good memories of South Korea, but it's not somewhere that I could put my roots down. Clean country and very high tech, and I found it very cheap in South Korea. I didn't find it expensive. My 30s, super easy. I'm 41 now. I'm being a Filipino. Yeah, not married, but basically married. Yeah, I know the one. Yeah, I know the one. Well, here, even if you're living with someone, like a living partner, they just, class you as man and wife. They say, how's your wife, your husband, or, yeah, just the same, really. Said hi. Robert, hi. Hi. Did you climb? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I looked at it many times. I looked at it, but I thought, nah, I think I'll have a soju instead. Which I did. I like soju. I enjoy Filipino holidays. My wife is my hundreds of cousins. Yeah, my wife's from a big family. I think she is one of 11 siblings. 11 siblings. Unbelievable. How do you deal with tampon moments? I'm quite lucky. Yeah, she has some. There is no question about that. She does have tampon moments, but it's not often. It's not often. I, to be honest with you, I just kind of ignore it. I ignore it, and it's difficult if you don't sort of understand it. But it's just the way that they are. My wife's very proud, and if she's in one of them things, I say, Mira, hold on, sit down, take a look at the situation, and I say, is it worth it? And what I always say to her when she's in it, I said, Mira, there is people much worse off than us, much less fortunate than we are. So, do we really have the right to be miserable when there's people around the world, even here, who are less fortunate than us? And that brings her out of it because she thinks about it. Sometimes, not all the time. But she doesn't have tampon much. She's very placid, my wife. Too placid sometimes. I wish she'd be a bit more assertive, but it's just it's her nature. Michael said hi. Hi, loud. Yeah. Enjoy the peace and quiet. I do. I'm saying peace and quiet. There's always roosters, and there's always the pigs when they're due for feeding. They make a racket, but I'm kind of used to it in a way that it's to be expected. I'm in a province. I'm in the mountains, really, and if you don't like the heat, you'll then get out of the kitchen. But I like it here. I would rather be here than in the city. I miss the city. I really do miss the city. I love the city. Only for the fishing, because it's close to the boulevard. And I can tell you. Where I am at the moment, it's like 35 minutes to dip a log. Or when I go to where my boat is, it's 1 hour away. And it kind of puts me off a bit, because it's 1 hour there. Got to get the boat ready, get the engine in there, get the boat in the water, do some fishing, and come back. And you've got to work with the tides as well when you've got a boat. You've got to work with the tides, because low tide, I can't get my boat out. Or if I'm out fishing and it becomes low tide, I can't get my boat in. So I do miss living near the water, where I can just pick and choose my times. Here, I have to plan it. Sometimes my plans don't go to plan because the weather here changes in an instant. Hit the like button. Is there a like button here somewhere? I don't know. You're in a good area. Yes, I believe I am. I meant for the Tampo. Yeah, for the Tampo. Yeah. I think I'm quite lucky because my wife, she only really, really gets like that when I go out and with friends drinking, which I haven't done it for a long time. And because Filipinos, my friends, are fishermen, and they are professional people, so they could only go at weekends drinking. So we normally hook up at about 10 o'clock in the morning on the breakwater in Dipolog on the boulevard. And we start drinking at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then we go to karaoke. And I get caught up in the moment. And I'm there till whatever time. And of course, if I miss a call, because I'm pissed, aren't I? I can't hear it. There's a lot going on. And then my wife automatically thinks, who are you with? Don't forget you're married. And all that sort of stuff. And that's when she gets a little bit... Because Filipinos are very jealous, in my experience. I've been married to a Filipina 25 years now, living in America. She's finally becoming more independent. Yeah. My wife is not independent. I mean, independent as if anything needs doing, especially if it's to do with government, legality, then I have to do it. Because she just... I don't think she knows how to do it. But all the time I'm here, she doesn't have to do it. In fact, when we was going from hi there, hi from Michigan, United States. Stephen, love your laugh. Yeah, it's like a cheeky laugh, isn't it? Like a dirty laugh. I've had it all my life, can't change it. When we got married, and we decided to go for the 13A, so I didn't have to keep... Never seen you do a live. I know, I don't do them, but I've got to start doing them, because I've noticed all of these YouTube vloggers are doing lives, and they're doing them on a regular basis, and I'm thinking that I don't want to do it. But I think it's nice to to do lives, because you can have that, the engagement with with your followers like this. I can talk to you, and you can ask me questions. You can ask me questions and you get the answers. I mean, I can answer to the best of my ability, but I'm not Einstein. But what was I talking about? Say, I've lost me. 13A. So we went through an agency, and it was JRC. Expensive. I will not hide that fact. They were very expensive, but they got the job done. Now, you still have to sign paperwork. You still have to sign, but they send it to you. You do your passport, and mouthful of coffee or a sip. And we had the interview. Now, the interview, I just thought it was like a foregone conclusion. It was a formality. No, this interview was for us, because there was 2 immigration guys, and the lady said this from JRC because she met us at the immigration. We had our interview in Cebu, and she said, I'm a little bit nervous about this interview. She said, no, I said, it's okay, but she said, there's 2, and one is a bit strict and one is not. Well, of course, me, I've got bad luck, haven't I? Well, I've got plenty of luck, but it's all bad. I had the bad one, didn't I? So me being me, I'm quite like a friendly person. That went there and hello, sir, and he just looked at me, and I went to shake his hand. He wouldn't even shake my hand. Take a seat. I thought, oh God, this is it. And the questions he was asking, it was just obviously asked for my passport and my wife's ID and things. Looked at blah blah blah, and question after question after question after question. He didn't even... I was answering questions as fast as I could, and my mouth got all dry. Because I was getting nervous. Anyway, he said, have you got any pictures of you and you? I said, yeah, I've got that. I've got some of the wedding. And he took my phone. Honest to God, he took my phone. He was going through pictures like that, looking. There was a picture of my eldest son. He said, who's that? I said, it's my son. From England. Oh, you've been married before? Yeah. Right, okay. And he said, so why did you come... all questions. Why did you come here, and why did you decide to marry a Filipina? And I said to them the story I said to you guys. I said, I didn't come here to marry anybody. I said, I didn't come here to marry and have children. I said, it's just change of circumstances. And he saw pictures of my son here, and give me my phone back. Then my wife, he did the same to my wife, looking through, blah blah blah. And it was about 20 minutes, and he didn't even tell us at the end. And he said, sign there. I signed there, and I saw on this paper there was some names and crosses through the names. 3. It was like 3 sets, and those were the 3 people who was in before me. Crosses. They didn't get it. And I signed, and I said, I said, is it accept? This is yes. I went, whoa. And I said, you had me worried. And he changed. He was then a normal human being. And he shook my hand and he said, no problem. You got no problem. I said, I said, you had me worried. I said, I can't speak. My mouth is all, and he laughed, but I suppose they have to weed out, the real marriages and bad and all that. But that was the only bad part, was the interview. But they only doing a job. But he asked my wife in Visaya, does your husband get on with the neighbours? Do you own, has he bought a house? How does he like the Filipino food? And he was asking all these questions after he'd been talking to me, to my wife in her language. But yes, all done now. Got a 13A. I'm a permanent resident. No more tourist visa. Bryan Adams. Someone has said that to me before, actually. Somebody here said, you look like Bryan Adams. I said, no, I don't look like Bryan Adams. He's ugly. Are you joking? No, I'm ugly, actually, as I'm getting older. I used to be quite a good-looking lad when I was younger, but these days, what's happened? Age. It's age. That's what's happened. So, live streamers is eventually you will attract the idiots. Yeah. You may find out how to block that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do any of that. And my son started, see. I'm a moderator for some Pinay channels. Some chat is all good. Other times the people say nasty things. You go. I get haters on my channel. I do get haters on my channel. I think you can't avoid them. It doesn't matter if you was doing a channel where there was no bad things in it, like you say bad things about the Philippines. You keep saying bad things about the Philippines. I just tell you how it is. You're always going to get these haters. You're always going to get these people who don't like what you do, and that's fair enough. I mean, I don't mind that, but I don't like to see derogatory comments like you're a shithead and all that sort of stuff. I don't like that, and there's no need for it. But some people are trolls, some people are haters, and they just do it. That's their job. They troll and hate. And please, I've never been like that. There are some channels I watch, and some channels I do watch, and I don't particularly like it, but I still watch them. But I wouldn't ever do a bad comment. I wouldn't. If I didn't like what they were doing, it's my option. I can leave the channel. I can switch off. But I would never leave a bad comment. But we aren't all the same. That's what makes the world an interesting place. What kind of bugs are coming? Oh, God almighty, many. I got bit on the nose, look, by a mosquito. My nose is big enough. Well, that was probably the closest thing that it saw, was that it bit me on the nose. I think it was there yesterday. So I'm trying not to scratch it, because I don't want that any bigger. I don't want to emphasize something that's already poking out my face. Bugs here, many. What I hate is cockroaches. I hate them. Now, fortunately, where we are, I have seen them, but I haven't seen them in the house. I've seen them outside the house. They will be in the house. They're cockroaches, aren't they? They are everywhere. Mosquitoes. When I first come here, I hated them. I was scared of mosquitoes because I had dengue and all that. But I've had dengue. I had it when I first got with my wife. But now I'm not so scared of them. I see them, and a dengue mosquito's got stripes on the back. You can see a dengue mosquito. They've got is it a yellow or a white stripe? I got one there last night actually in my office. I killed that. Yeah, ants and the flies, the flying cockroaches. Yeah, and they this big, and fucking thing. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, ants and the flies. Yes, my friend, flies. I hate the flies. I hate the flies. What I do because it's like certain times of the year and like wet periods, you get, and it doesn't matter how clean you are or your table, you will get ants, flies. So what I do, I get petrol on a rag and I just wipe it, and it keeps the flies off. But petrol evaporates, doesn't it? So you have to keep doing it. I've tried alcohol does it for a very short space of time and they come back, but petrol, they don't like that. Paraffin as well, paraffin, which my neighbour told me about. I haven't tried it, but he does, and he says he keeps them off for a long time. From you, a girl keeps asking for money. Give a little. Now keeps asking for money. You know, they can pull on your heartstrings. Used to know cane towards an yeah, throw cane towards. Yeah, I used to, when I used to go down the woods with with my friends, and I was a kid, used to do some terrible things to frogs. Terrible, really. Kids are cruel, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, as regards to sending money, I don't know. I've got like a split thinking of it. Now, I mean, with my wife, obviously, if I went back to England for anything and she needed money, I would send money. But I think if it's a girl you met on the internet and she starts asking for money, I would block. I would, honestly, I would block. Because you got to think as well that many of these girls on dating sites, when they're asking you for money, and they are very nice to you, my darling, my this, you eating, and they phone you up all the time and texting, where are you? You aren't answering your call. You might be lucky and you might be the only one, but I seriously doubt it. Yeah, they probably do this to a lot of people. There's some, they opportunists, and because many foreigners have got like a kind heart, not all, but many of us have. Many Filipinos, in fact, everyone's got a kind heart. Most people. And when they play on heartstrings and we think, well, I'm saying for an example, we in the UK, I've got plenty of money, I will send something. Well, once you start, that's the start of something that's probably not going to stop. So you've got to make that, a decision. Do you want to start something where you are expected to do it? No. Yeah, run like hell. Yeah. When they ask for, look more like Sean Penn. Do you know what? I like this because at least these people were like heartthrobs in their time. I like it. I like it. You carry on giving me compliments. I like it. I'm going to do these lives more often. Okay. Yeah. If I want, see, dating sites, it's like a den of its equity, isn't it? It's a den of it's. What I would suggest to anybody, if they want to get out of the country and meet a girl, doesn't matter where they are, don't do it on a dating site. Go to the country. Go and suss the country out. That's what I would do. Because anyone can be anybody on a dating site. They can be who they choose to be. But in reality, in real life, they're probably not that person at all. So that's another thing, isn't it? I wouldn't do it. I certainly wouldn't do it. But my wife's family, as you know in the videos, I used to give them money. Now, I don't. And so far, so good. But I did get a lot of stick afterwards when I started to deny it, and my wife as well. She got a lot of stick. But you got to stick to your guns. You got to stick to your guns. Because you'll get no thanks for it. But as soon as you stop, that's when this hatred starts. And they call you Kodiput, like you greedy miser. It's not the fact of that, but as Mira said to her family, we got our family here. I haven't got a pension. Yes, TB is also real here. Yeah. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you've got like your own family to support. Now, because I've got no pension, I still work. I've got a few things that I do, but I don't earn a lot of money. I don't. I earn enough. You know, we've got this house. We built this house over the course of 3 years, people. It wasn't just, it didn't happen overnight. We struggled to build this house. I struggled to build this house, and my wife put up with my moods because I was worried all the time building this because I was sacrificing money that we should have spent on this or that. But anyway, update on this. I actually know her as I am an expat in Taiwan, and she went home. She's my cleaner, and it's yeah. Well, you probably know her, you know, better than you know what you think. So just cast your mind back what she was like, you know. But yeah, I think it's different if you know the person, so rather than just meeting someone on a dating site, because they could be anybody. But yeah, getting back to this place, and it's not finished. All we've got to do now is the tiling. Yeah, we've got to do tiling, and then I'm done. Eric, thank you very much indeed. Love all of the knowledge you share with us going to the Philippines this month. Where are you going, Eric? Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Are there yearly tax? Yes, there are. Justin. Just in time. I'm joking, Justin. Good name, that, Justin. Good name. We were in two minds whether to call our son Justin when he was born, but we settled on Caleb. How do they pronounce that? You can tell me. Is it Cavite or Cavite? I've probably got it wrong both times, but I said it to someone. They said, "No, you don't say it like that." I don't know. Still trying to get me on Messenger. I don't know how you haven't. On my Facebook, and I'm not, you know, it doesn't matter. My Facebook is the same name as my YouTube, Stephen Ilwin Smith. Stephen Ilwin Smith. Greetings from Texas. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. My goodness. I've got to do that. Thank you so much. It all helps. And I'm not here for the money. I'm not really, honest to God, people, but you know, it's beautiful when you see there's some very kind people out there. Very kind people. If I didn't do a YouTube channel, then I don't think I would be as happy as what I am right now. Because when you got a YouTube channel, it gives you something to look forward to. And I mean, something to look forward to when you're doing content. And, you know, some of the content that I do, some people like it, some people don't. You can't please everybody all the time. But it gives me something, and I think, yes, I can make a video about that. What I would like to do, I said to my wife, why don't you join me in some of these videos? Well, my wife is very shy, but I'm not going to force her to do anything. She can't be forced anyway, but I want to ask her to join me in some of these videos. She's very shy, but I think once she started doing it, she'd probably enjoy it. And I said to Mira, I said, why don't we do a video of a day in the life? Do you have a Philippines bucket list? Yeah, I do. And it's to catch a marlin or a sailfish. Not to keep, to catch and release. I would love to do that. That's my bucket list for the Philippines. Honestly, if you didn't do a YouTube channel, one-eyed people will fall for the trick. Yeah. I've learned a lot since I've been here. I have really, people. I've learned a lot. I've learned not to trust like I did. Because I used to think that all Filipinos were great. I did, really, because they are friendly, they are so hospitable, and they will... But there is an end meaning to some of it. But now I know, like my neighbours, I've got good neighbours, but I will never be part of that gang. I will never be part of that gang, or the part of the gang anywhere here, because I fit in to a degree, but I will always be the outsider. Now, my wife said to me many times, Stephen, don't be as trusting. Don't be as trusting. But I am who I am. I don't lend money out now to any Filipinos. I don't, because it's a gift and I never got it back. And I was quite upset with that. I wasn't angry. I was upset. I was thinking, well, you know, they were really nice people and I tried to help them out as best I could, and they just ignore you after that. So now I think rather than spoil a friendship, is just don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you very much. Look at this. Look. I can't see the Stephanie. Is it Stefan's? Stefan's. Sorry, my eyes are bad. I got glasses, right? Only one times, but my son had them on. I said, son, take them off and make your eyes bad. He took them off and he went like this on the concrete, like that. So here and here is just concrete marks, scratches, so I can't see through them. I can't see through them. Oh dear me. Philippine. Oh, I've got to go back here because my throat is dry. I've had a cold. I'm getting over it now, but I have to be cautious there. Excuse me. Yeah. This cold is it's lingering. Yeah, you do. Philippine nurses are the kindest. Yeah, agree. When I was in England and I had to have some tests done a long time ago, and I had a couple of days in hospital. There was nothing wrong, but I still had to have the tests to find out. And there was I do apologise. Wait, 1 second, people. My son was there, and the person who there was 2 Filipino nurses, and there was shift work, you know, shift, and the Filipino nurses were so kind and so caring. I didn't know anything about the Philippines. I didn't know where they were from, and I asked. I said, you know, where are you from? And they said, Philippines. Oh, you living here? Yeah. But I didn't know anything about the Philippines or the Philippines people. Even before I came here, I didn't even research the Philippines. I'm totally honest here. I didn't research the Philippines at all. I didn't know what I was coming to. And I think sometimes the unknown is dangerous. Obviously, is dangerous. But I think the unknown is quite like an adventure as well. And I've always been an adventurous person from as long as I can remember. I've took stupid risks with my life. I really have. I've took stupid chances, but I've always been adventurous. And I think to live in the Philippines, you've got to be a little bit adventurous, and you've got to have patience. Have a little bit of patience. You've got to have patience to live here, people. You truly have. No patience, you'll not last 10 minutes. You'll not last 10 minutes. And you've got to be understanding as well of the fact of when you go and try and buy something in a shop, Jellicoe, Tool Station, wherever, these big places, when you ask them for something, a tool, they'll say, no more, sir. It's not that they haven't got it, it's because you're saying it in an accent that they don't understand, or the name for it is different to what they call it. So you'll have to look for that tool yourself. I found it all the time with this house. I was going to look for adjustable spanners and this and that, and I thought, can't you buy anything in the Philippines? But they have got it, but they call it differently. So you've got to understand that as well. We are in their country, and as much as I hate to say this, I hate it, we are still a guest in the country, and I hate the fact of this guest malarkey. I don't want to be a guest in this country, but I am a guest. And you know, as much as I hate that word guest in the country which you live in, and you know, you've got a family in this country, but you'll always be, you'll never be part of the gang, people. But many foreigners here, they have their own communities. I certainly don't want to be part of that. I don't mind. I don't mind. What's happened here? What's happened? Oh, there. I don't mind seeing foreigners from time to time, but I don't want to make arrangements to meet them on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't want to do that. I have no arrangements in my life. Really, I make no plans. The only plans I make is when I go fishing, because I got to plan that out for safety and for the for the opportunities, times that I can go out when the tides are good and things like this. But I don't make plans. I don't, and I think if you don't make plans, then you aren't let down. You can't be let down. In my own community, I'm with you, Stephen. Yeah, on my own. Yeah, that's true. I'm my own community. If I want to have a drink, I go and join the local people here. And like I said, I'll never be part of the gang, but I'm accepted into it. And I know a little bit of their language. I can understand more and more as time goes on. And I can hold my own with them, talking. And so I'm never lonely. Never. I've got a great family here, people. I really have. I've got a great son who's very demanding of me because he's a daddy's boy. He's active as you like. I can never be bored, ever. And a wife who doesn't demand anything from me either. She's not high maintenance. What she wants, she gets. But I'm really lucky that she doesn't want she doesn't think, I want a gold watch, I want gold earrings, I want a gold bracelet, I want a gold. She's not like that at all. I know all women aren't the same, but this family that I've got here, like I said, I wasn't planning this, but I couldn't have wished for something better. I'm a simple guy, I'm not a complicated guy by any means. And I don't like drama. I like simplicity. Simplicity breeds success. It could be worse. You could be a guest in your own country. That's true. Well, I think if I went back to England now, I would be a guest in my own country. I would. It's true. Good point. Very, very good point. Very good point. Make your own gang causing mayhem. Ooh. Another thing, I wouldn't try and cause trouble in the Philippines. You're never going to win it. You're never going to win it. I've had a couple of near misses here. One in Manila when I first come, and one in Dipolog, which one was part of my problem. The other one wasn't. But that was when I was green when I first came in. I thought, what are you doing that for? It was my own fault. But yeah, I've had a couple of near misses. Fight-wise, I'm too old to bloody fight. Dear God. Look at one punch in the throat, I'm down on the floor. I need oxygen and everything. But fighting's no good for anybody, unless it's in a boxing ring. Stephen saying, yeah, I live in the province with no other foreigners and I'm accepted. Yes, exactly. Me too. When there's something going on here, it could be a party or we have the fiestas here now. But Stephen, come. And if you deny that, they will get upset. So I do join them. I don't like Red Horse though. It's too strong for me, and my wife doesn't like me drinking it because I just can't remember anything. I lose my mind. I don't mean in a bad way, but just my head's working, but the body coordination is not there. One sec, my son's here. He's in the fridge. I've got to get him something. He's on his electric bike. I had to say, no, turn it off. He's like, brum, brum. He's on his electric bike. I don't know if you can see, look. Here he is, on his electric bike. But people, I'm going to have to go in a minute because now that he is totally awake and wanting to do things, I'm going to have to go because I'm going to have to spend time with him. He'll drive my wife crazy. Come here, look, and say hello to the beautiful people. Oh God, he's like, I said, he doesn't like being called a baby boy. So I'm a baby boy, I'm a big boy. I can't go outside the house now, right now. Yes, exactly, same here. The people are so friendly. You know, eat. Have you eaten? No, have that. No, I'm fine, thank you. But yeah, they offer. Here he is. You all right? Yeah. Well, people, I'm gonna have to go now because he's here. So I'll see you all later. And listen, many thanks for the supers, and just many thanks for just being here through this. And I'm gonna do more of them. I'm probably gonna do them in the mornings, like this. I'm probably gonna do that. And people, thank you ever so much for always supporting the channel. It means a lot. Because when I first started doing this channel a year ago, I didn't think it was going to be anything like this. I didn't think I was going to get subscribers but thanks to you people, it gives me the inspiration to carry on. And gotta go. I don't even know how to turn this off. Thank you people. See you next time. Have a great day. I will do more live streams. I'm going to. But I'm going to ask some of you to be a moderator, because I don't know how to delete messages. I don't know. So I'll need moderator. Thank you, people. Take good care. And I'm going to finish my coffee, spend some time with this little man, and start my day. Take good care, people. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Daddy?
Yes.
The heart's in the forest. The heart's in the... The heart's in the clouds.
It's still